Hello, this is Mr. Lowry. Today's objective is we will demonstrate and apply phonetic knowledge by spelling words using common suffixes er, ed, ing, and est. This is 3.2b7. First of all, just to review suffixes and prefixes. Suffixes are letters that go to the end of a base word and change the meaning of the word. Kids see them all the time. They just probably don't think about it. The word jog is a base word. So when I add ing or ed, I have to double the consonant, and it becomes jogging or jogged. But all these are examples of suffixes. Just note, you need to know the suffix goes at the end of a word. Prefix are letters that go at the beginning of a base word and also change its meaning. So read is the base word. If I put re in the beginning of it, I have reread, which means read again. Test is the base word here, but if I put pre before it, it becomes pretest, which means before the test. And then happy is the base word here. When I put the prefix un on there, it changes the meaning of the word unhappy. Now it means not happy. So there's rules here for doing it. When we have a short word with a short vowel in it, like sit, when I change it or add the ing to it, I have to double the consonant T. So there's the rule. How does the word end? Sit, short vowel, and one consonant. This consonant. This is the way the end must be. See a short vowel and a consonant too. Here's the only thing to do. Double the consonant, adding ing. Hug is the same way. It ends with just the one consonant and the short vowel. So you double that consonant. Hug becomes hugged. Or hugging too would have two G's. Hurry. This is the rule where I would have to drop the Y and add IED to form the word hurried. And I'll put videos in the link there under Class Dojo that explain this better. This is one of the videos. This guy explains that rule of doubling the consonant when there's a short vowel and then consonant on it. He's an Australian rapper guy. Pretty interesting. So here, like in the base word beg, which is the correct spelling of the word beg when adding the suffix ed, again, you have to double the consonant, so it would be b, begged, like the dog begged for a treat. And this is another spelling where we have the base word is drag, so when I add ing to it, I need to double the consonant g. Not triple it, but double it, so the correct answer should be C here, dragging. Again, here's the base word begin. When I add the suffix ing to it, I need to double the consonant in. And so the correct spelling is B, beginning with two N's. When I have an E on the end and I'm adding the suffix ing, we have to drop the E and add ing. So the correct spelling for the word using is this. Again, drop the silent E and add ing. The same with move. Drop the silent E, add ing. And again, when I have a Y on the end, I have to drop the Y and add IED for these words, carried and emptied. So here the base word is marry. To turn that into past tense, I would drop the Y, add IED. So this is the correct spelling for married. Hurry becomes hurried. Again, drop the Y, add IED. Fry, again, drop the Y, add IED. Becomes fried. And cry, drop the Y, add IED. Becomes cried. So here the base word is carry, which is the correct spelling of the word carry with the suffix ed, and it's this one, B. You're dropping the Y and adding IED. You don't take one of the R's away though, the two R's stay. The base word is empty, which is the correct spelling of the word empty with the suffix ed, Again, you drop the y, add ied, so it becomes the spelling here you see an A, emptied. These are comparison adjectives. Adjectives that say if something's more than something or a most than something. So again, it's the same rule. You drop the y, you add ier or iest. Busy becomes busier or busiest. Happy becomes happier, again without the y, or happiest. And then dirty, dirtier, or dirtiest. And here's some examples. I'm busier today than yesterday. She is happier than her sister. That is the dirtiest dog that I have ever seen. And here's some other examples of the word. These are the spelling words noisier and easier. My mom's dog is noisier than mine. The school is noisier than my house. Reading is easier for me than math. It is easier for me to speak English than Spanish. Again, I just wanted to highlight the spelling words there. And I'm giving examples of how to use these words in sentences because for their assignment today, the kids are going to write sentences using each spelling word, all 10 of them. So they're going to write 10 sentences in all. And this is what it'll look like. I was just showing here a good example. When they're writing their sentences, please have spaces in between the sentences. Makes it easier to read. Also have spaces in between your words. I'll also embed that video there. This is just talking about subject and predicate. They just need to know that the subject is the noun. Like in the electricity went out. The subject is the electricity. Here, the book, ripped. The book is the subject, the thing that does the action. The action is, it ripped. And the reason why I'm going over this is just to review how to make simple sentences so the students can write sentences with their spelling words. Here, the earth is round. The earth is actually the subject. So just remember that the subject starts with this should change. It should be predicate. It's the second part of a sentence. It's where the action is. And the predicate always starts with a verb because it's the action. So I'm looking at these sentences. She emptied the trash. She is the subject. What did she do? She emptied the trash. Emptied the trash is the predicate. Here, he dragged his backpack. What did he do? He dragged his backpack. So this part in red is the predicate. Again, it always starts with the verb. We carried our lunches. We is the subject. Carried our lunches is the predicate. So here I said, help me identify the subject and predicate of these sentences. The boy is using a pencil. The boy is the subject. And again, the predicate starts with the verb. So in this one, the predicate is using a pencil. For the next example, we have she is moving to a new house. She is the subject. What is she doing? Is moving to a new house is the predicate. Help me identify the subject and predicate of these sentences. The dog is very noisy. The dog is my subject. What does it do? Is very noisy is my predicate. School is just now beginning. School is the subject. Is just now beginning is the predicate. I have an image of this at my Google Classroom so the kids can see it. And here's just a checklist that they can use to make sure that their sentences start with a capital letter, that their sentences end with a period or question mark. They must have spaces in between the words. They can use their finger to do that, as the picture shows here. Use neat handwriting, of course, so it can be read. And then the last, my sentence makes sense. If it has a subject and a predicate, your sentence is going to make sense. there is a way that the kids can use the camera on their computer to take a picture of their work. And I'll show you how they can do that. If they click down here again, I'm going to the bottom left part of my screen and clicking on this 4-square grid. Up pops up all the applications here in alphabetical order, so I can just click on camera. And then when I do so, what I like to do is click over here also on this timer and click it just twice. 1, 2, that gives me 5 seconds. So now when I click on the camera icon to take the picture, it's going to give me some time to adjust it, so I make sure that all my sentences are able to be seen. And this works better if they're using a journal, so they can hold it up easier, and that way they could do it with one hand if they need to, or they could have someone else click on the icon. And then I'm holding it up there just to get as close as I can to make sure, though, it could still be read. And then if I want to click and see my picture, there it is. That way, if I don't like the picture, I need to delete it again, or if I don't think that my teacher's going to be able to read it, I need to, again, delete it, and I'll try again. I'm going to click here 2 times on the timer. That way I'll have 5 seconds to hold it up here, and I want to get it there perfect so my teacher can read my sentences. And they can also see my face there for to make sure it's the right person. There's my work, there's my face, I have my name on my work, I have the date, I have spaces in between my sentences. My sentences, the words each have a space in them about the size of my finger. And if you wonder where this picture is going to go, if you have this file down here, you can click on the file and then go here to pictures. You'll see your camera roll here. So there I can see that that's my picture. One of those. I can't tell which one is the Spanish work and which one's the English work. So when they go over here to the Google Classroom, under classwork, and they find the writing down here, click on that assignment. Here, again, I have my example that the kids can look at to remind themselves how their sentences need to be. I'm going to be given 10 points for each sentence. So if a sentence doesn't start with a capital letter, for instance, they won't get 10 points for it. If it doesn't end with a period, they're not going to get 10 points for it. And again, here's the Google form. They need to make sure they type their name, and here is where they can upload that file. Then you don't have to send me a picture on Class Dojo. But if they click on File, select Files from your device, and select Files from the computer, again under Pictures, Camera Roll, I can find my picture and then turn it in to my teacher. Again, the photo will upload right there, and then when you click Submit, I can look at the Google form and I should see their pictures there. Again, if this is a problem and you're not able to do it, you can still send me a picture here in Google Classroom. Or, if need be, you can just text me the picture. I'll take it just the same. Okay, that was my video. I appreciate you watching it, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.